Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1998 movie, I'll Be Home for Christmas. So in this movie, college student Jake Wilson and his girlfriend Allie are getting ready for the holidays. Jake wants to go to Cabo San Luis, and Allie wants to go home to New York and stuff to be with her family. And they're both from the same town in New York and everything. And Jake decides to trade their tickets in and stuff, and because he wants to go spend it on the beach with Allie, and she gets upset and everything. And his dad has been wanting him to come home for Christmas for a while, and was really looking forward to seeing his son and everything. And he makes a deal with him that if he comes home, that he'll give him this Porsche that they had helped build together when he was younger and stuff, when he was in high school. And so he starts to make a journey there, but he's planning on going back and everything, but before he can, a group of the college jocks and stuff drop him off in this Santa costume out in the middle of the desert and everything. After he was helping them cheat on a test, and it got messed up and everything, so he gets stuck out in the desert, and Allie ends up going with Eddie, one of their fellow college mates. It's kind of like a rival to Jake and everything. She is riding with him home and everything, and Jake is trying to figure out how to get home for Christmas and everything. It's like a big cross-country journey. He gets in all kinds of quirky situations along the way and everything, and that's pretty much the story of the movie. He eventually gets there, but decides not to get the Porsche because he's kind of learned the meaning of family and Christmas and everything. And his girlfriend got mad at him. Allie was mad because she thought that he was wanting to do it for her going home, but it was just for the car and stuff. He wanted to change her mind and stuff. It's a pretty simple story, and it's one of those that you've seen movies like it before, especially if you've seen road trip movies. There's nothing really all that new or special about it, but this is one of those Christmas movies that I watch every year, and I always have a lot of fun with it. It's really funny movie and has a lot of really fun moments. But he gets in so many awesome and hilarious situations, like he rides with these ladies who are like big Tom Jones fans and everything, and he ends up getting sick in their car because they keep the windows up and keep it really hot in the car, and they end up throwing him out because he pukes in one of the ladies' purses. And then he almost gets ran over by this guy who's like stealing stuff and everything in this van. He's like this really weird dude and everything, and he ends up riding with him and everything. They almost get pulled over by this cop and everything. He has stolen goods in the back of his van, and the cop stops him, and Jake is able to lie his way out of it and say that they were on their way to deliver these goods to the children's hospital. And they go there, and you see all these electronics and stuff, and he's dressed up as Santa giving them to all these kids and everything, which I think is really silly and dumb. Like the cop must have been a really big idiot, but as the movie progresses, like, he helps this cop get back with his girlfriend, so the cop gets him a bus ticket. He ends up seeing Allie and Eddie on the TV, and they're kissing under the mistletoe just because they happened to be standing under it when the news camera was right there. And he ends up devising a plan to get the bus to take him to them and everything, pretending like there was a sick girl that needed a heart transplant and everything. He tricks them and ends up getting getting there, and Allie finds out about that's when she finds out about the Porsche and everything, and she gets on the bus, and he gets kicked off the bus and everything because of him lying and everything. So he's still stuck trying to figure out how to get home, and he has this big race with a bunch of other Santas in this one little town, and they end up his sister ends up finally getting him a plane ticket and stuff, but he's not able to go because he doesn't have his ID on him, so he has to sneak in the dog crate. That's how he gets home. And when he gets back to New York, he has to steal this horse and carriage and stuff and everything. So there's a lot of really funny, quirky situations that he gets into throughout the whole movie and everything. But I really enjoy I'll Be Home for Christmas. I think it's a really, really fun movie, and the cast in here are all pretty good and everything. Jonathan Taylor Thomas plays Jake, and while I think he is really good and stuff, I don't think he was around the right age, because I think he was only like 16 or 17 when this movie came out, and he's supposed to be a college student, so it's not really believable that he's a college student yet. He makes a passable freshman college student. I think that's is where he's supposed to be at. But he still looks like a high schooler. But him and Jessica Biel are both really good in this movie, and I think they're supposed to be in freshmen here, so it's passable. But their chemistry is really, really good, and Adam LaVorgna, who plays Eddie, who is a kind of Jake's rival, the one that Allie rides with throughout the movie and everything, and he's really good too. He has really good chemistry with Jessica Biel and stuff, which they've worked together before, because he was he played Robbie on Seventh Heaven, which is one of her love interests on that show. So they have really good chemistry and everything, and work really good together. Sorry, my mouth is dry. But they're both great in here, and Gary Cole plays Mr. Wilkinson, Jake's dad, and he's really good. He doesn't have a lot of scenes, but the scenes that he's in, he's just really good, and he's a really likable character, and Gary Cole does a really good job playing him, and I think all of the cast are great in here. And Andrew Lauer as Nolan is hilarious. He's the guy that has the stolen goods in his van. He cracks me up, and the cop is funny too. Like, all of the characters are memorable and funny and everything, and it just has some really great moments in this movie, and I absolutely love this one. It's not, like I said, it's not anything special, but it is a fun movie, and it's kind of become one of the holiday traditions for me in recent years, because I'd seen it a couple times as a kid, but I didn't really start rewatching it until a few years ago when I got it. I had it on VHS for a while, and then I finally got it on DVD a couple years ago, and I've gotten to where I watch it at least once a year or every other year and everything. It's just kind of became a holiday tradition for me, and it's a fun little road trip movie, and I love road trip movies anyway. I know a lot of people say most of them are silly and dumb, and you kind of know what to expect in these type of movies. You get the characters in quirky situations and see how they change by the end of the movie. Sometimes they change, sometimes they need to change, sometimes they don't really change much. Just depends on what the movie is, and this one I think works pretty good. I do think that some of the stuff in it was kind of dumb though, like it's kind of hard to believe that some of the stuff that happens in this movie, like some of it is just really convenient plot points, like him being able to get the bus to go to the place where Allie and Eddie are at. I think that was a really, really big plot convenience, and there's other parts in here too that are like that, but where it just kind of felt convenient to the plot, like the stealing the sled thing, just to happen to be able to do that and not get arrested for it, because the parade people do catch him, and they end up letting him and his family drive it in the parade and stuff. Is like, yeah, that's very unrealistic, But it's also just one of those things you gotta kind of turn your brain off for it. It's one of those Christmas movies that you can turn your brain off, you can just have a lot of fun with it. So I think it's pretty underrated and stuff. Like if you're one that likes to overanalyze and overthink in movies, though, you're not going to enjoy it. But I can enjoy it for what it is. It's just a silly little family Christmas movie, and that's all it really is. It's not trying to be anything deep or thought-provoking. It's not very logical at times, but does it really have to be? Not really. So it works and everything. So I'd say I'd give I'll Be Home for Christmas an 8 out of 10. It's one that I always really enjoy watching, and I think it's really funny and everything. And like I said, there's some really, really hilarious laugh-out-loud moments and stuff, especially like in the diner scene when he's getting the cop to sing to his girlfriend or to his wife that has left him and stuff because he kissed another woman and everything, and he's trying to win her back, and it's really, really corny and cringy, but it's also really funny to watch too. And I just love this movie. So but anyway, let me know what you think of I'll Be Home for Christmas, and I hope you enjoy this video, and have a good day, everybody.